Good evening, I'm John Dickerson.
I'm Maurice Dubois.
In just over a week, the war in Gaza will enter a third year unless Hamas agrees to a peace plan rolled out today by President Trump and accepted by Israel's prime minister.
The multi-point plan, which calls for an immediate end to the war and return of the hostages within 3 days.
The plan also, for the first time, lays out in detail the future of a post-war Gaza. At first, it would be run by a governing board that would include former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. It would be headed by President Trump.
And the president made clear what will happen if Hamas does not accept the deal. Weijia Jiang is at the White House. Weijia?
Well, good evening. A White House official tells CBS News the Qatari prime minister and an Egyptian intelligence chief has met with Hamas negotiators and presented President Trump's 20-point proposal. If Hamas rejects this deal, Trump has given Israel the green light to carry on with and to finish the war.
As Israeli bombs continue to hit Gaza, President Trump announced the violence could soon stop.
We had a long, strong talk, Bibi and I, and he understands it's time. It's time.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says he supports the White House's 20-point peace proposal. If Hamas also agrees, the war will immediately end. All hostages will be returned within 72 hours of Israel publicly accepting the deal, and Israeli forces will begin withdrawing in stages.
The promise of a new Middle East is so clearly within our reach. This is the closest we've ever come to real peace, not fake peace, not political fool's peace.
The plan aims to shape the future of Gaza with an economic plan to rebuild it. Unlike previous proposals, Palestinians would not have to leave during Gaza's reconstruction. Hamas would not play a role in governing. There would be a temporary board of peace chaired by Trump. The joint announcement was closely watched in Israel, with some celebrating.
It looks like finally, we have a deal to end the war, the bloody war in Gaza, and bring all our people back home.
The plan also leaves open the possibility of a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood, something Netanyahu opposes.
That would be an outcome that, after October 7th, would reward terrorism, undermine security, and endanger Israel's very existence.
Another potential sticking point, the proposal calls for Hamas to disarm, something it has never agreed to do. Hamas has not yet accepted the terms.
I have a feeling that we're going to have a positive answer. But if not, as you know, Bibi, you'd have our full backing to do what you would have to do.
Weijia Jiang joins us now from the White House. Weijia, you mentioned that the Qatari prime minister is talking to Hamas. This deal relies on Qatar and other nations to put pressure on Hamas, but Israel bombed Qatar. How did the president deal with that?
So today in the Oval Office, President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu met for nearly 4 hours before making that joint announcement. And during that meeting, Netanyahu called the Prime Minister of Qatar from the Oval to apologize for launching that attack, which targeted Hamas leadership. The White House says during that call, Netanyahu acknowledged Israel violated Qatari sovereignty and said it would not happen again.
Weijia, the two leaders did not take any questions at what was supposed to be a news conference. What do we make of that?
So it's very rare for President Trump not to take questions, especially when an event is listed as a press conference. But it may be because there are so many outstanding details that have yet to be filled in about how to implement this plan. The last time this happened with a world leader, it was with Vladimir Putin in Alaska, when they did not have any questions and they did not have any news to announce about progress toward a ceasefire there.